Hey everyone, it's Cardboard Collector coming to you with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a video on the S.H.Figuarts Lord of the Rings Aragorn. This is a figure that I have for sure been waiting for. I love Lord of the Rings. I'm glad that we're finally getting a little bit of a better 1/12 scale representation of some of these characters. I think they got Frodo out also. I picked up Aragorn because Aragorn's my favorite. But I haven't picked up Frodo yet. I might pick him up. We'll just see how that goes. But for sure, I was going to pick up Aragorn. And I know that Hellcat Toys has a kind of a Mezco style 1/12 scale versions of Lord of the Rings characters, and I think they got one coming out. I've seen on 5K Toys, I believe. So I'll probably be picking that one up too for sure. I like the more Mezco style cloth kind of closed toys like that. But this one is no exceptional. I think it's so far from what I've messed with it, it's a decent figure. So anyways, saying that, let's hop into it. So as you can see, the painting and everything looks really good. Now I don't think it looks spot on like Viggo Mortensen, but it's not horrible. But you can see I haven't had any. I didn't see any paint defects. Everything looks pretty good. You can even see the necklace right there. It's nicely detailed. It's the stitching kind of showing some of the stitching leather kind of areas. Everything looks extremely well. You can see like the ring on his fingers and the black glove, and that's how each of the hands are. And then the stitching through here on the tunic, in the belt. Everything looks extremely well for sure. So articulation wise, he can 360 at the head. He's got a ball joint in the neck and the top of the head, so he can look down that far, look up that far, and it's only because the hair back here hinders that. So he can't look up so far. You can 360 the arms. You can hit a Y pose because these shoulder parts do come in under that circle, so they've done that really well. So you can hit a Y pose. You do have some butterfly joints here. A single jointed kind of elbow. I don't think it's double jointed. It doesn't feel like double joint. You get a little bit past 90 degrees. It's kind of like the Star Wars. If you have any of the Star Wars figures from S.H.Figuarts, you kind of know what you're expecting there. There is articulation at the waist. This part here is separate, so it does move. You can articulate the waist. Right here, you can get the leg about that high. You might can push it further, but this part in back here it's stiff, so it gets kind of the way. It's a little bit movable, pliable, but not much. Oh, and your leg can get that far back, but mine popped off. It's okay. It's easy just to pop it right back on. Let me do that off camera so I can see because the joint moves in there. You do have kind of like a slight. You have it. Well, my gosh, I can't even get this back in. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty, a little out of practice on the reviews because I've been without internet for a few weeks, so my reviews are rusty. I'm gonna need to get a tool to get this out. Actually, I pushed the joint out because the leg has kind of a drop down mechanism, or it has a drop down mechanism. So give me 1 second. Let me use my handy little tweezers here and pull that joint back down. There we go. And then we'll pop it just right back in. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So the leg, as you can see, has a drop down joint, so you can actually get it. Well, I had it in there, but you can actually get it to move up further. There we go. So you can get it to move up and move backwards. You do have a drop down joint there, so you can't push it back up. Oop, that wasn't supposed to come out. And that's something we'll show in a second. Anyways, so moving on. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. Moving on, you have single jointed knees. That gets about 9 degrees. You don't have any. You have rotation here at the ankle. You can pivot it left and right, back, forth. and do have toe hinges. So, he's, you know, as usual, S.H.Figuarts has a very articulated figure, like joint popping aside. Sorry about that. Go. All right. So let's move into his accessories. He does come with quite a few little things here. Nothing crazy. First off, we're gonna show. I'm gonna show the alternate face sculpt here, so you can, you know, it's like kind of like with some of the other S.H.Figuarts, you can remove the head, and let me use my tweezers. You can remove the head, and here's this like kind of screaming, looking to the side face sculpt. Again, doesn't look too much like Viggo Mortensen to me, but I could be wrong. And then we have, let's see, if we go for hands here, with the hands, you have these splayed hands here. And I'll show the. So you got that one for that hand, and then you have this one for that hand. And then he comes with the fists. And there's his right hand here. It's gloved. And like I said, each one of them, the right hand's gloved, the left hand's got the ring, the pointer finger ring. And then there's the fist with the ring there. And then he comes with his sword holding hand there. And then you have another hand right here for sword holding or whatever you want to do. There. Okay, next we have his sword. There we go. We have his sword here. And this is just his ranger sword. Because this is based on his look from the Fellowship of the Ring. So he doesn't have, you know, the sword of the kings or anything like that yet. You have this dagger right here, like elven-like dagger, and with these up here, so you have a sword case and stuff like that, and you can take that off. But the sword is kind of like some of the other ones where the sword is that little prop piece, and it just goes in there. So when you're using the sword, you can just take that little piece out there, and it just plugs back in. Same with the knife. You just seen me accidentally pull the knife fall a while ago, so. So that comes out like that. Then we have, I don't think I need tweezers anymore. Then we have this like sleeping bag that he carries in the movies when they're traveling. And then he has his bow and arrows here. And the bow can kind of come off here, and it can come off all the way. But the bow's not functional. It doesn't have any kind of string or anything attached to it. It's just that. It's just for him to wear. As you'll see in some of the pictures I have. So that's it for accessories. So moving on, let's go into size. Let's go into comparisons here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more accessory, a very important one. I can't believe I forgot. I'll take his head off here. You have his cape, or his cloak here, that he had that he got in the first movie. With all the rest of them. And to me, he looks a lot better with the cloak on than he does versus with the cloak off. Because it hides, I don't know, his neck and stuff looks kind of weird to me when he don't have the cloak on. And I think with the cloak, he looks a lot better. It gives more of that Aragorn look to me. I don't know, to me it looks a lot better. The one thing that bothers me is the leaf is not completely centered. That bothers me a little bit. I feel like it was centered in the movie. I think that was what was holding it together, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But it bothers me a little bit, but it is what it is. Anyways, so, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. Size comparisons here. Here he is next to a Figma Deadpool. I mean, not Figma. Mafex Deadpool. Excuse me. And then let's get him next to another warrior here. Here he is next to this is why I said Figma, because I was looking at him. Next to a Figma Tears of the Kingdom Link, which I'll be doing a review on him also. So you can see those there. S.H.Figuarts is always on this a little bit on the smaller side. next, let's compare him to. Let's see. I feel like I've came kind of illy prepared here. Some of the things I was going to compare him to, I don't have out of the. I didn't pull them out of their spots yet. So here he is next to the the Mandalorian, a Mafex Mandalorian Chrome Mando here. If I can give him a stand, it's the Chrome version. Review coming on that one also. So you can kind of see that height difference. And then let's get some Mezco representation. So for Mezco, here is a Kit Bash Mezco version of me. my chubby fat self here, along with some Mezco looking, with the Mezco style clothes, body and stuff like that. So there we go. I mean, I say it's me. It looks a little bit like me. It's close, but it's not quite. But I like it. It's cool to play with your. This is gonna sound weird. Or not spoiler one, but warning ahead. This is gonna sound very sexual and weird. But it's cool to play with yourself with other figures. To put yourself in there with other figures, playing with yourself. So, anyway. So there's a few comparisons there. Okay. Overall, final thoughts here. I don't think he's a bad figure. There's some things I like and some things I don't like. I feel like a lot of the clothes gets in the way as far as movement. My legs, that was my fault, them popping off. I don't blame that. I wish they would have made it to where maybe you had some interchangeable arms so you could take off like the coat under here and just have them in like the get up on the under Ranger's uniform, or like the kind of the rest of the Ranger uniform there, just like you could change the arms and just have like the under part there. The head sculpt is not my favorite. It to me doesn't look enough like Viggo Mortensen, but at the same time it's like it doesn't bother me. It's not horrible, but I mean it works for what it needs to do, I guess. But at the same time, I think it could have been a little bit better. Which S.H.Figuarts, it's not usually too bad when they come to likenesses, but this one just doesn't feel right to me. Only other complaint, like I said, is I wish the leaf would have been more in the middle like it was supposed to be. Maybe it could be just my copy. I don't know. But anyways, in saying that, it's a great figure if you're as far as if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's a great figure to pick up. Even if you're not, even if you're just a fan of, kind of medieval type things and everything, he's still a great figure too. I'd pick him up either way. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you didn't, I hope that you found it at least educational and informative. If you did like the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know you liked it. I've been trying to hit 500 views, or 500 subscribers, excuse me. And I was trying to do it before the month of June was up, but that didn't happen. And I ain't made many videos in the last few weeks because I haven't had any internet. Unfortunately, I'm in a very rural area, a very country area, and the only place we have is a place called Brightspeed, and some of you may have heard of them. But here, I'm only getting 30 megabytes a second, so it's very hard for me to do a lot of stuff, anyways, with my internet. But our road recently was getting Spectrum, which is great for especially like I said, 30 megabytes a second. Anything works for us. But unfortunately, when they were putting lines in, they cut the Brightspeed line, and since Brightspeed pretty much knows everybody's going to move, they're not fixing it. I don't believe it. They keep telling you they're going to, but it's been 2 weeks, so I don't believe they're going to fix it. So we had to find I had to find alternative means here, as far as making the videos. I've had to move all my software and everything, getting everything to a laptop, and then edit everything, and then taking the laptop with me to work to upload stuff. So I've got a work laptop now for my video, so it worked out, and that way I can also, when I'm on vacation, I can still try to do things I need to do, as far as, because let's face it, I'm trying to make it with this. I'm trying to do good, and to do good, you got to put in an effort and you got to put in work, no matter where or what you're doing. So Anyways, that's my rant for my internet. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I'm sorry for being gone so long. I'm trying to get back in the swing here. So trying to hit 500. Like I said, trying to hit 500 subscribers. We're getting close. I think it was at 451. So we're almost there. So we just need to keep going, and that would be great. It would mean so much to me. So, in saying all this, also I have social media. If you'd like to follow me on there, I have Facebook and Facebook and Instagram and if you like and Threads. If you'd like to follow me on any of those, I post pictures all the time. If you just want to send me a message, I'll try to comment to you as fast as I can. I'll keep up. I try my best. Anyway, so saying all that, I hope that you're having a great day, great night, wherever you're at. I hope that you're safe, and I hope that your collecting will always be fruitful. Later, guys.